Yo, what is up, people? It's Ferro here, and today I'm going to be talking about Dragon's right hand man. Now, I'm one of those people that think Sabo isn't the second strongest in the revolutionaries, but the third strongest, and it's probably the dude we saw in the Throne Wars panel when Doflamingo had his whole speech there. And a lot of people seem to call him the crow guy, which I don't really get why, but I made a whole analysis on that, who that crow person might be, so definitely go check it out in my channel. I'll put the link in the description. But back to Dragon, and I think there's a gap there, especially in age, because when you think about it, vice captains or like vice commanders are usually close in age with their captain. Like just how like Ben Beckman is to Shanks, really is to Roger, and so on, you know, Zoro is to Luffy. But there's a couple of exceptions out there, but you get the general idea. And this is why a lot of people think that Marco wasn't actually Whitebeard's right hand, because if you think about it, when Roger and Whitebeard fought, who was the person or the individual that fought Rayleigh? And I personally think that I don't think that was it was Marco fighting Rayleigh, and there's a good chance it was somebody else. And also the fact that the second division on Whitebeard's ship was always vacant, there was a missing spot there, you know, says a lot about that. But apart from that, in One Piece there's generally a theme with crews or groups, like, you know, Crocodile's Baroque Works. There was Mr. 2, Mr. 1, then Mr. 0. You would think Mr. 1 would be the top guy, but it was Mr. 0. And we also have a direct example of what Dragon's chain of command could actually be like, and that's in Buggy's crew. Now, the system Buggy's crew goes by is Buggy is the captain, Moji is Buggy's first mate, so essentially his vice captain, and then we have Kabaji, and just like Sabo, he also has the title of chief of staff. And maybe that's how the revolutionaries roll, or Dragon. And I personally feel like Dragon definitely met someone who was like a first mate to him. You know, this person is probably the closest to Dragon, and he's probably on some, you know, he's doing more dangerous missions and probably operating an entire different factions of the revolutionaries. And the fact that Dragon was willing on giving up someone as powerful as Kuma means he must have had powerhouses, you know, that strong, you know, Yonko commander level to replace him. In this case, Sabo was the upcoming revolutionary that was going to replace Kuma. I feel like Kuma's replacement was Sabo, because Sabo was so talented and everything. And I get that giant vibes from that silhouette guy from the Throne Wars panel, because his face just has that giant look, man. All of the giants have like a specific design, and I think that guy might just be a giant, and he might just be the first giant we see with a devil fruit. But that's just all speculation. I'll just leave that alone. I mean, we've seen how Sabo was holding his own against an admiral, and he's the third strongest, you know, including Dragon. This even makes the silhouette guy even more hype. I mean, he probably has that, you know, first mate aura that every Yonko has, you know, like Ben Beckman, Katakuri, and maybe Jack, I don't know. But he's probably like a really, he gives off that aura of intimidation. And there's something I need to add on as well. Now, I was in a stream with Mugiwara Matt B, and he said that he brought up a really good perspective of how maybe the revolutionaries will be, you know, operating. And he said that we might see revolutionary commanders who has like a whole new definition of what freedom is and does things differently than how Dragon moves. And I wouldn't be surprised, because we've seen, you know, pirates with different morals, but, you know, the same goal, the One Piece. Marines with different justice, the same goal, they're trying to end the age of piracy. And it wouldn't be far-fetched to think this person might operate differently than Dragon, but obviously they're still working towards the same goal, you know, overthrowing the world government, but they do it in different ways. So that's definitely something I can definitely see transpiring with the revolutionaries, you know, different factions, same goal, but, you know, you're obviously following Dragon because, you know, he's that person that leads them all. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a lot of hype on this guy. I mean, we might get to see him or hear about him during the events of the Reverie, but there's a lot of hype on this guy and Green Boy. I definitely can't wait for these two people that were shown as silhouette in the Throne Wars panel. It is Ferro, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.